All right, guys. Race truck. Everything is going good for the most part. Eliminated some wiring. The previous builder cut a bunch of all the wiring, and it basically ran through the core support and down into that, and they tucked it in that corner. So I just pulled everything out, eliminated it up here at these boxes. I'm gonna put all that back together. But to do so, I had to take out the AC radiator section there. By doing that, I found a couple things wrong. One, there's the front bumper. Yeah, she's pretty well done for. The other thing, this side's actually worse, but you can see all that movement. There's literally, the frame mounts aren't even attached to the core support. It's literally just attached up here on each side. So what I'm thinking about doing, I'll leave this in, but I'll just come down here, cut that straight across, cut this whole section out and come straight across over here, leave that in. And what I'm gonna do, that will help tie things. What I'm gonna do is to kind of help tie things in so you know, this frame rail right here is bent. You can clearly see that's pretty well straight, and you can see how far bent it is. Obviously there was an impact on this side. It pushed this frame rail over and it pushed that frame rail over, but it didn't move this over a whole bunch. You can tell it's moved if you know what you're looking for. If you don't know what you're looking for, it's gonna look straight to you. But because the bumper gave out where it did, that saved this frame rail. I have the jack in place. I'm just putting pressure on it to try and push it over. I don't have torches or anything, so it's kind of hard for me to get this straight. But looking back here, you can, I mean, it bent right here. This is all bubbled out right through here. It's bubbled, and if you feel under, I mean, obviously, if I can get down here, but I mean, you can even see where it's like right here is all blown out and stuff. So that it's in front of the control arms. I'm not really worried about it. I mean, right there's the front mount there. So, and my lower control arms there. So, I mean, it bent right here. I mean, there's that much difference. So, I'm not worried about it because of where it's at, where this frame section bent. But I'm not worried about it. But I do want it to get somewhat straight. So this way, when I make another front bumper, before I put the nose back on, everything is more in line for the most part, I guess you could say. What I'm going to end up doing is, once I can get this pulled straight, for as straight as possible, I'll plate it on the inside. And then, because there's nothing holding these bottom section of the fenders, and with this, I'll actually take some angle iron, run across my frame to there, just run it straight across. That will tie the fenders in, and hopefully might leave this. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might just cut it down here and then tie this into my angle iron, and which will help support the center. I will also run where the jack in the 4x4 is at. I'll actually run tubing across there on the inside frame rails to help support this. So it'll be plated, have this here, kind of help support it, and the angle iron, you know, it'll be welded, all that. So that will support all the front end should be done. That's kind of the process I'm thinking about going as far as fixing that. Firewall needs patched. That's just throwing sheet metal over it, nothing big there. Gas tank, it's pretty much done for it. There was a decal over it. If you look at the last video, there was a decal over it, so that's what was holding it. Now there's no decal, so I'll rip that off, put a patch over it. So still got some decals, but I did start taking them off. I'm going to run the number 3. The guy was 33. I'm just taking one number off, mainly because passenger door, half the number was already ripped off on the passenger side. Actually, I think it's still on there. Yeah. So the guy I bought it off of was already taking decals off, and he took that off. So I'm just going to run 3. That'll be my number for this year at least. Next year, I guess it'll all depend. I'm thinking about changing the body up next year on it. So we'll see what happens, but seats pulled out, got to do all that. Like I said, I've just been eliminating wiring, and there's really nothing fun and exciting about that. But that's basically an update video of everything that I'm going to do today. It's 50-some degrees out today, so I called off work to work on the race truck. I don't have a pit crew, so I'm the only guy that pulls wrenches on any of my stuff. If anybody has any information, let's zoom in. If anybody has any information, this is a 2000 Ford Ranger with the 2.5 liter motor, but it's got the cylinder head has the 8 plugs in it. If anybody has any information as to whether or not this motor can be carbureted like the 2.3s, I understand that there's not a distributor hole like on the 2.2s, well, the 2.0s and the 2.3s. So I didn't know if anybody has any information and can tell me whether or not this 2.5 can be carbureted, that would be greatly appreciated, because I would really like to eliminate even more electricals off of this and run it. So there's a lot of plans over the next couple of years, as long as this truck holds up, that I am wanting to do to it. So it's not going to be a competitive truck this year, but I'll be able to get some seat time, make some adjustments and changes to the truck throughout the year, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's not going to be fast or competitive, but I'll do my best to get some videos of me racing it. I'm looking at possibly getting a camera and mount it onto the roll cage or whatever. So if anybody has any recommendations for video cameras for in-car stuff, comment below, let me know, and I'll look into it. I really would like to get some in-car stuff, not just for you guys to watch, but also for me to watch and to help me become a better driver, in the long run. So, all right, guys, enjoy your day. And if you're in Ohio, enjoy this weather that we have today and tomorrow, because Wednesday it's only going to be 33 and fucking snowing. Yeehaw. All right, guys, have a good day.